Imagine waking up one morning in Chișinău, Orhei, or Bălți, and Moldova is now a member of the European Union. What would change because of this? Not in treaties and government reforms, not for politicians, but in your daily life. Take Alina, a 21-year-old economics student in Chișinău. She lives with her parents in a small flat and dreams of studying abroad. She currently faces an impossible choice: stay in Moldova with limited opportunities, or leave forever like her older sister, who now lives in London and rarely visits. Many of her friends already managed to travel using Romanian passports, but Alina doesn't have one. With EU membership, she wouldn't need it. She could study in Paris, take an internship in Berlin, or do a semester in Spain without visas, endless paperwork, and with 10 times lower study fees. And no matter where she is, EU membership would mean calling friends or family all over Europe or scrolling online without paying extra roaming charges. For her, Europe would open up in a way it never has before. And with EU membership, her diplomas and certification would be worth a lot everywhere in Europe, including Moldova. And when she comes home for vacation or maybe permanently, she can celebrate Mărțișor, Easter, and other traditions. Because despite what some say, the EU protects and funds local culture and language. Then there's Ion, 35, a delivery driver and father of 2. He works long hours, working multiple jobs because every loi matters. Every winter, his family faces a choice: heat the apartment or buy proper food. EU membership wouldn't double his salary overnight, but it could change the kind of jobs available. In Romania and Slovakia, EU membership attracted factories, offices, and service centers that meant more stable work and higher wages over time. Ion might still be driving, but on a better road built with EU funds. Most importantly, EU membership would mean more EU investments into diverse energy sources and renewable infrastructure. Because of it, his winter's energy bill would be more predictable and affordable. His children could go to a school modernized with European money, just like thousands of schools in Poland. Proper heating, computers, and teachers who don't need a second job. Ion still owns his small plot of land. And EU membership doesn't mean selling it to foreigners, despite the fears some spread. In fact, EU agricultural funds help the farmers that want to improve their farms on their own lands. So in the evening, he can pour a glass of Moldovan wine from farmers who are now supported directly by EU funds. And all the food he enjoys with this wine would meet EU safety standards, making sure it's all the best quality. And then there is Maria, 42, a nurse in Milan. She left Moldova 10 years ago and has built a life abroad. She sends money home each month to support her parents. Money they need to survive, but that leaves little for Maria. For her, EU membership would mean security. As a Moldovan and an EU citizen, she would have the right to work elsewhere in the Union. And if one day she returns to Moldova, she would come back to a country with better hospitals, stronger institutions, less corruption, and more opportunities for her. A country where modernization lives side by side with respect for traditions and freedom of religion, now enshrined in European law. Of course, EU membership isn't simple. It means adapting to thousands of rules, reforms that are often difficult, and competition that some businesses will find tough. Moldova would need to keep fighting corruption and strengthen its institutions, challenges that require a lot of work. The alternative is what Moldova faces now: continued energy dependence, ongoing brain drain, and economic stagnation while neighbors prosper. The experience of countries like Romania, Slovakia, Poland, and the Baltic states show that the fears some spread have not materialized in those countries. Quite the opposite, long-term benefits are visible everywhere. In short, EU membership doesn't change everything at once, but it changes the direction of the country. The daily lives of people like Alina, Ion, and Maria moves towards more opportunities, higher standards, and better protection.